guys, so I wanted to take a second before we jump into the normal video to remind you guys that Pet Fest is less than 2 weeks away, so you don't have to listen to these reminders for too much longer. But if you want to come meet me and over 20 other pet creators in Phoenix, Arizona, Pet Fest is going to be on June 22nd. I'm going to put the link to Pet Fest website down in the description so you can go check out who's all going to be there. You can get all the info you need along with buying your tickets. It's going to be so much fun. Like I said, there's going to be over 20 of us there. We're going to be having meet and greets and Q&As, panels, giveaways. There's going to be rescues there with some really cool animals. So there's going to be so much going on, and I really hope I see a lot of you there. So more information is down in the description. Now let's go ahead and jump into the normal video. Hey guys, so for today's video, I'm going to be showing you all 3 of my Leopard Gecko enclosures. I recently just redid all of them. I gave them all new backgrounds and new substrates and added some new plants and stuff. So I thought this would be the perfect time to show them all off because I haven't shown my Leopard Geckos in a little while and some of you have been asking about them. So today that's what we're going to be doing. If you don't know, I do have 3 Leopard Geckos currently. I have Pablo right up here in a 24 by 18 by 12. Felipe is right here in a 24 by 18 by 12. And then Piper is down here. She's actually in a 36 by 18 by 12. She is a little bit spoiled and her cage is bigger because she is the first reptile I ever got. So she did have a pretty large cage. I definitely love it. I do think the 24 by 12s are suitable and give them plenty of space, but Piper definitely enjoys her 36 by 18. And she definitely does use all of the space. So that is what all my Leopard Geckos are in. Like I said, I just redid all their cages. A couple of the main things I changed is their substrate. Before, Pablo and Felipe were on paper towel, which I think works really well, but it doesn't look the best. And Piper was on tile, which I think looks okay, but I just wanted to switch it up a little bit because she'd been on tile for a couple years. So I actually did change them all to a shelf liner, which I think looks better than paper towel and should be really easy to clean. So I'm really enjoying it so far. The specific shelf liner I got, I did find at Dollar General, so it was pretty affordable. I had enough to do all 3 cages and I think it was like $5 maybe, so it was really affordable. And then along with changing their substrate, I also changed their backgrounds. Before, all 3 of my Leopard Geckos just had the boring foam backgrounds that come standard with the Exoterras, but now all 3 of them have some amazing backgrounds that I'm going to be showing you in this video. They were all sent to me by Universal Rocks. This video isn't sponsored. I'm not getting paid for it, but they did send me the backgrounds for free, so I want to disclose that. So thank you to Universal Rocks for the backgrounds because they look so much better than the ones they had. And along with looking better, they're a lot more functional because like I'm going to be showing you, the ones I got actually have ledges built in, so they also give your animal some source of enrichment without taking up a lot of space in the enclosure. So I'm really loving them so far. I love giving my animals some more sources of enrichment. Universal Rocks does have a ton of different backgrounds you can choose from. The ledge backgrounds just happen to be my favorite, so that's what I got for all 3 of my geckos. But you can use their backgrounds for a lot of different reptiles. You can also use them for fish, and they have them like any size you want, so no matter what cage you have, you can pick up a background. But I have been talking for long enough. You guys are just here to see the geckos, so we're gonna go ahead and start with Piper, and let's take a look at her enclosure. Alright, so here's Piper's cage. I'm gonna go ahead and open this up just to reduce some of this glare. But like I said, she's in a 36 by 18 by 12. She is my only Leopard Gecko that I'm experimenting with UVB. This is a T8 5.0 UVB. Usually you want T8s inside of the enclosure because they're not quite as effective. But since I don't want strong UVB on her, I went ahead and put a T8 on the outside. If I had a T5, it would probably be better, but then I'd want like a 2.0, so that is a T8 5.0. So far, she does seem to really enjoy it. She will come out for a brief moment in the morning and do a little bit of basking, but right now it is the middle of the day, and I can guarantee she's in this cork hide because this is her favorite place to be. One good thing about this UVB is it makes filming her enclosure look so good because my other enclosures are a little bit darker. This room does get natural sunlight, but this definitely looks better than the other ones. So we'll just see. I'm sure Piper is right in here. Hi, Piper. So there is Piper. I'm not going to get her out because like I said, it's the middle of the day. But here is her new substrate I was talking about. This is just the shelf liner from Dollar General. They have a couple that look like this. You want to make sure you just get the one that's non-adhesive because the adhesive isn't good with the heat pad. So this is just a non-adhesive shelf liner. And then the other new thing, which I am most excited about, of course, is this custom background. So like I mentioned, this one has a lot of ledges built in, which you can see. I went ahead and I actually hot glued a fake succulent to it over there just to add a little bit of color. But there are a ton of ledges, so she can climb all the way up her background and she can get up pretty high if she wants. Not too high since this is only a 12-inch tall cage, but definitely high enough just to give her a little bit more exploring, because a lot of my leopard geckos, even though they are terrestrial, I found that they do like to climb a decent amount. So I just put these in, but I'm really excited to see how they interact with the backgrounds because I think they're going to love them. But over here is her cool side. So this is her cool hide that she always uses as her restroom. Over here is just another cool hide plus a cool piece of enrichment. This is just a piece of driftwood, and it actually has a nice opening in it, so it kind of doubles as another hide. And then I put a fake succulent in there, her water dish with her plain calcium in that. And then moving over a little bit, we have her humid hide, her quirk, which she spends most of her days in. And I did just hot glue this fake succulent in here. I really like this one because it gives it a little bit of color in the cage. Most of the fake succulents are actually from Michael's, if you're wondering. And then over here is the warm side of her cage. So she has her warm hide, just another plant back there. But that is an overview of Piper's cage. Now we'll move on to Felipe. So here is Felipe's enclosure. I went ahead and opened it up just to reduce some of the glare. Like I said, him and Pablo are in the 24 by 18 by 12s. Unfortunately, these aren't going to look quite as good just because they don't have the UVB above them, so it won't film quite as well. I might try UVB with Pablo, but I don't have any plans on trying UVB with Felipe. You can barely see him right in there because Felipe is a firewater, which is a rainwater albino mixed with a tangerine. And I've noticed since he does have that albino in him, he is very light sensitive. And with light sensitive animals, you want to be careful with UVB. So although I might try it with Pablo, I don't have any plans right now on trying UVB with Felipe, but he's just in his cool hide right now. Just like Piper, he has a ledge background by Universal Rocks, so he can climb up there. I glued another fake succulent on this one. He has a cactus over in the corner. Over here is his warm hide, another fake succulent, and then the same shelf liner from Dollar General. Over in this corner, past his water and calcium, he has his humid hide. And then this is just a big piece of wood just for enrichment, so he can climb up here, get in the plant, climb over to the background. I found that Felipe really likes to climb, so I think he'll really enjoy this up like this. But that is his enclosure. We'll go ahead and just lift this up and say hello. Hi, baby. So like I said, it is the middle of the day, so I don't want to disturb him too much. But there is a sleepy little Felipe. Just put that right down. Felipe is my shyest of all my geckos. Piper is very, very sociable and wants out of her cage. Pablo does very well too. But Felipe basically only wants my attention when he's hungry. If I'm not feeding him, he is pretty shy and he spooks pretty easily. So we're just gonna let him go and we'll move on to Pablo. Alright, so here is Pablo's enclosure, which is right beside Felipe. Since they are right beside each other, for now I just have this old piece of reptile carpet in between their enclosures. That way they can't see each other and stress each other out because they are only a few inches away from each other. But once again, he has his ledge background by Universal Rocks with a succulent glued on it just to add a little bit of color. But you can really see the cool ledges in this one, so he can go all the way up here and sit if he wants. I just put these in yesterday, so I haven't seen him up here yet, but I'm sure he will. He might have been up there last night when he was out running around. But there are a ton of different ledges he can climb. And also this bottom one sticks out pretty far. So it is kind of like another hide for him, which is pretty cool. But over here, this is just his cool side. So he has a cool hide. He has a plastic plant and then his cork. He absolutely loves his cork too. He's in there a ton. He's not in there right now. And then it's very hard to see because I deliberately hid it. But back in the corner, there is a mason jar. Pablo won't use a humid hide. He didn't have one before I adopted him, so he won't use one to shed. But I do still like to provide one for him, so I actually just use a mason jar and I have a damp paper towel in there, but that's actually where he goes to the bathroom, which is very convenient because I can just change the paper towel and it's really easy to keep his enclosure clean. But I did try to hide it a little bit just because it doesn't look the best. And he actually woke up to say hello. Good morning. So here is Pablo just sticking his head out of his warm hide. Over here he just has another plant and then his water dish with calcium was in the middle. Are you sleepy? You should not be awake right now. But all my leopard geckos are doing very well, but this is just Pablo's enclosure. So there you go, those are my 3 leopard geckos. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Once again, thank you to Universal Rocks for sending out these backgrounds for me. If you're interested in checking one out for your animals, I will link their website down in the description. Like I said, I'm not getting paid for this, but they did send me the backgrounds for free. I'll probably be ordering at least one more myself anyway, just because I love them so much and I have another animal I want to use them for. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this video and seeing their updated cages. If you did, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe down below if you haven't already, and I will see you guys next time.